A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the Grants Plus webinar series from Dhwani Foundation.
What are the current collaborative programs you are involved in, where all the three players are there?
So first of all, I would say that partnerships and we say expertise is pretty much fundamental to all the work that Gates Foundation does. We realize, and that's true, that if there is sustainable impact that needs to be created, it cannot be created by one entity. You need what you said was Sarkar, Samaj, as well as people like us who would be donors in the entire process. Some examples of when it works really well. Say, for example, I go back to the TB example. Was sitting with a highly motivated additional secretary who would bring in about 200 organizations virtually to actually speak about the tuberculosis program, because it has to be scaled, it has to be delivered across states, it has to be delivered across districts. And therefore, making sure that there is, it's a participative model, roles and responsibilities clarified, making sure that these meetings are happening at a certain cadence, maybe at a monthly level, taking stock. The responsibility was also from, of partners to collect data, which means that they were interacting with the NGO sector, making sure that the data was reaching the government in a transparent manner, and making sure that there was feedback loops, looking at progress, what's working, what's not working. So I think there are ways in which, collaborative models can help solve for some of the either information asymmetry, power asymmetry as well. Being more participative and collaborative, getting feedbacks, it can work when it has to work.
So, Shaina, you are involved in this corporate connect. So, you bring donors together and then NGOs and community together at the grassroots level. So, a very unique experiment. One side bring the donors together and the other side bring the community people together. So, what has been the success story that you have come across?
So, we created a program with large, partners who could deliver this, NGO partners, and then circled back to our corporate tenants through closed door meetings with very select. When I say select, it would be a handful, maybe 8 or 9 of us. We did a lot of due diligence to make sure that there was alignment in our vision and giving back. So, CSR has mandates, etc., at the board level. Once we found the alignment in mandates, we started the conversations, but we had a representative of the government in the room. So there is an ecosystem that we've created where there is an NGO partner on the ground, but embassy takes the lead to be advisor, monitor for all our corporate partners. We actually play the role of a manager, so to speak, because of the expertise we have in construction, to ensure that that there are efficiency in costing and of course construction as well.
So what do you think are the challenges from the NGO point of view in these collaborations?
Some big challenges, of course, the trust deficit, very palpable. Fund squeeze, it is very much there. Not just the foreign funds, local funds also. Then something which the donor should be particularly mindful about, the compliance burden. We have gone into a very rigid project mode. Even an organization with fantastic capabilities like Pradan has to overwork to do the compliance burden. Just see the ordinary NGOs, the million or 3 million NGOs in India, or at least 1 million NGOs. So that we need to, what I call ease of doing good. That is not there. That is something, is a major challenge. I think 4 or 5 years ago, I met a lot of grassroots NGOs in one big meeting in Madurai, in Dindigul, and I was really saddened. They have a sense of hopelessness, feeling that we are not wanted, and they are not money. They are not there for money. Most of them, small NGOs, maybe working in half a village or something. So we need to look at them. The last man, the weakest. Gandhiji's principle of Antyodaya works in NGOs.
Great conversation, and a big thank you to all the three of you, Mr. Vijayanand, Archna, Shaina, for your time and for sharing such valuable insights today. Very engaging conversation. Thank you all.